4 years ago, I posted a video on TikTok that randomly started getting a lot of views. At first, it was 1,000 views, then 5,000 views. I'm like, we're doing good. Then 10,000 views, and 40,000 views. And I thought, this is it, my first viral video. That was until I saw this. Bro, how many bots are in this comment section? That's when it hit me. Most of the traffic was spam. So my short-lived moment of viral fame was nothing but a temporary delusion caused by bots. Outside of TikTok, I saw spam everywhere, on Facebook and YouTube, in my emails, my private text messages, and robocalls, even on websites like Amazon, eBay, Craigslist, and Tinder. Every unwanted call, annoying text message, and irrelevant ad struck the same nerve in my mind. Why can't we fix this? Seriously. I became obsessed with solving this problem. But the more I looked into it, the more it seemed like it was impossible to solve spam. It even got to the point where I just accepted it as an everyday part of life. But my curiosity got the best of me, and I couldn't help but wonder, why does spam exist? Well, in my life, most spam comes from marketers and advertisers trying to sell me stuff. They are so desperate for our attention and my wallet. But here's the thing is, I've never interacted with these advertisers sending me spam, so how do they get our contact info? One way they get our contact information is through public websites by scraping public websites and social media. But the non-obvious way they get access to our data is through data brokers. What is a data broker? Data brokers are companies that collect our private information, they package it up, and then they share or sell it to anyone willing to pay. And I discovered a network of over 5,000 data brokers that actively buy and sell our data without our permission. Axiom is just one of these data brokers, and they have information on over 2.5 billion people worldwide. That's half of the internet right there. So I wanted to know, what type of data do they really have on us? Well, it turns out not only do they have our phone numbers and our email addresses, but they also have our full profile of interests, demographics, shopping history, even our sensitive data. Did you know Target once discovered a teenager was pregnant before her father did, just by analyzing her shopping patterns? You see, they used her data to spam their home with ads for products like baby clothes and diapers. But our data is not only useful for advertisers to target us. It's also useful for communication providers like TikTok, Gmail. They need our data in order to filter our messages and the content we see. So each provider independently collects and stores their own version of this data. Facebook knows who your friends are, but your contacts might be stored on iCloud and Google. Gmail tracks who you block, but so does Twitter, Verizon, T-Mobile, and dozens of other services. Millions of apps and services store pieces of our data separately. This means our digital identities and our data are scattered across the internet. I call this identity chaos. Now, to understand what this chaos feels like, just think about your everyday life. If you get busy, you might hire an assistant, right? When your pipe breaks, you hire a plumber, and if your house is dirty, you hire a cleaner. and so forth. Identity chaos forces us to do the exact same thing in our digital lives. To filter your calls, you need a call blocking app. To delete your data off the internet, you need a data removal company. And to manage your contacts, you need a contact manager. None of these assistants talk to each other. They don't remember your preferences. And every time you download a new app, it feels like you're hiring and firing yet another assistant. And you still don't get rid of spam. How many of you have ever blocked messages yet you keep getting spammed? Anyone? Exactly. Pretty much every person. This is identity chaos in action. Because when you block someone, you're only blocking one fragment of their digital identity, like a phone number. But then they just use another to keep spamming you. Data fragmentation makes it difficult to know what you don't want, but it also makes it difficult to track what you do want. And that's why spam goes in your inbox and good messages go to your spam folder. In my experience, TikTok, they couldn't know if the comments that were and the traffic to my posts were spam, so they could only guess if that information was real or bots, because they didn't have the necessary data to make that decision. No platform does. So we're stuck. Big tech companies, they can't solve spam because of identity chaos, yet we have to carry the burden of digital maintenance. And in my life, digital maintenance means I have to wake up every morning and swipe away app notifications and delete messages I don't want because these apps just aren't smart enough to do that, manage it for me. It means I have to go in my spam folder just to find the messages I want. And it's not just me. Digital maintenance means we all have to use email aliases. We have to report the spam. We have to track every message for phishing and robocalls, and we have to do blocking every single call and text message and maintaining these settings across hundreds of platforms. It's impossible for us to do these digital tasks because, well, we're just humans living in a world designed for machines. And that doesn't work together. But when I realized this, that's when I saw the irony. What caused my problem to begin with, bots, just might be the solution. What if there was a good bot that could collect the fragments of our digital identity and represent us online? What if you could have and use an identity agent? Then you could fire all those incompetent assistants and replace them with your agent. Your agent would feel like it has known you for your entire life because it would know your preferences, your history, and it would know exactly what you want. Your agent could consolidate your communication data into one place. Then it could handle all those exhausting tasks for you, like deleting messages and filtering calls and verifying senders. The dream is that identity agents provide us with a single, universal block button that works everywhere. The dream is that everyone on the internet has an identity agent, creating a universal language where all of our preferences and messages are filtered exactly how we want them to be. Today, I know we're not alone. Billions of people are helpless against spam. We've waited over 50 years for big tech companies and governments to try to solve this problem. But we can't keep waiting. Since they haven't solved it, I believe we have to solve it ourselves with an army of identity agents. I believe we will solve this problem. Imagine a world without spam.